Imagine waking up one morning, checking your bank account, and realizing your balance is zero. Not because you spent anything, not because you forgot a bill, but because a debt collector got a court judgment against you for a debt that was never yours to begin with. Your paycheck is being garnished, your account is frozen, and your credit score has dropped 90 points overnight, all because of someone else's debt that somehow ended up with your name on it. This is not a hypothetical. This happened to Maria Trejo in Texas in 2023. It happened to over 26 million Americans who, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, have errors on their credit reports, many of them collection accounts for debts they never owed. And right now, today, there are people receiving calls from collectors about debts that belong to someone with a similar name, a deceased relative, a stolen identity, or an account that was already paid years ago. The collectors do not know the debt is wrong. In many cases, they do not care. Their job is to collect, and if you do not know how to stop them, legally, the consequences will follow you for 7 years. Today, I am going to show you exactly why this happens, who it happens to, what it destroys in your life while it is happening, and most importantly, the precise legal steps to prove this debt is not yours and make it disappear permanently from your record. And I am going to give you the exact documents, the exact language, and the exact sequence. Because doing this in the wrong order can actually make your situation worse. Let's start with why this happens in the first place. Because understanding the origin of the problem is what makes the solution make complete sense. Oh, when you take out a credit card, a personal loan, or even a medical payment plan, that account gets assigned an account number and tied to your Social Security number. That information lives inside the original creditor's database. Now, when that creditor sells your debt to a collection agency, they transfer a file. Sometimes that file is complete and accurate, but the debt collection industry operates on volume. Agencies buy thousands of accounts at a time, often in bulk spreadsheets, and errors in that data transfer happen constantly. A digit gets transposed in a Social Security number. A name gets matched to the wrong address. An account that was already paid still shows an outstanding balance because the payment was recorded after the sale date. And suddenly, your clean financial history has someone else's problem sitting right in the middle of it. Beyond data errors, identity theft is the second major reason this happens. The Federal Trade Commission reported that in 2024 alone, identity theft reports in the United States exceeded 1.1 million cases. When someone steals your Social Security number and opens credit accounts in your name, those accounts eventually go delinquent, get sold to collectors, and land on your credit report. You had no idea the account existed. You never received a single statement. But the collection is real. It is on your report, and it is destroying your credit score while you are completely unaware. The third reason is what collectors call zombie debt. This is old debt, sometimes decades old, that has been sold and resold through multiple collection agencies. Each time it transfers, the records become less accurate. Original account numbers change. Original creditor information gets lost. And sometimes the debt lands with a collector who matches it to the wrong person entirely based on a partial name match or an old address that multiple people once shared. Now, here is what this does to your life while it sits unresolved. And this is the part most people do not fully grasp until it is too late. The moment a collection account appears on your credit report, your score drops. Not gradually, immediately. A single collection account can reduce your credit score by 50 to 100 points, depending on where your score started. And that drop has a cascade effect that touches every financial decision you try to make from that point forward. You apply for a car loan, the lender pulls your report, sees the collection, and either denies you or approves you at an interest rate so high that a $20,000 car ends up costing you $31,000 over the life of the loan. You apply for an apartment, the property manager runs a credit check, sees the collection, and rejects your application or demands a security deposit equal to 3 months' rent instead of 1. You apply for a job in finance, government, or any position requiring security clearance. The employer runs a background and credit check, and your application stalls or gets withdrawn entirely. And if you ignore the collector long enough, they file in court. You miss the summons because it went to an old address. A default judgment gets entered against you. Now they have legal authority to garnish up to 25% of your disposable income from every single paycheck, to levy your bank account and take whatever is sitting in it, to place a lien on any property you own so that when you eventually sell it, they get paid first. All of this for a debt that was never yours. This is why proving it is not yours is not optional. It is urgent. And here is exactly how you do it, in the precise legal sequence that protects you at every step. The first thing you do, before you say anything else to the collector, is send a debt validation letter. You have 30 days from the collector's first contact to formally dispute the debt under Section 809 of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. This letter must go via certified mail with return receipt requested, because that green card that comes back to you is your legal proof that they received it. In that letter, you demand the following: the name and address of the original creditor, the original account number, the complete payment history showing every charge and every payment made on the account, a breakdown of how the current amount was calculated, including any interest or fees added after the original creditor sold the debt, and documentation proving that this collection agency has the legal right and license to collect debt in your specific state. When they receive this letter, they are legally required under the FDCPA to stop all collection activity until they provide full verification. If they continue calling, continue reporting, or continue any collection effort before validating, every single contact after receiving your letter is a federal violation worth up to $1,000 in damages per violation. While you are waiting for their response, you move to step 2, which is pulling your credit reports from all 3 bureaus simultaneously. Go to annualcreditreport.com. This is the only federally authorized free credit report site. Pull your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion reports at the same time. You are looking for exactly where this collection account appears, what information they have listed, whether the original creditor name matches anything you recognize, and whether the account number corresponds to any account you ever opened. Document everything you find with screenshots or printed copies dated the day you pulled them. Step 3 is filing a formal dispute directly with each credit bureau where the account appears. You are not calling them. You are not using their online dispute portal, which gives you limited space and limited control. You are writing a formal dispute letter, sent via certified mail, to each bureau individually. In that letter, you state clearly that this account does not belong to you. You explain specifically why, whether it is identity theft, a case of mistaken identity, an already paid account, or a discharged bankruptcy debt, and you attach every piece of supporting evidence you have. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, each bureau has 30 days to investigate your dispute. If they cannot verify the account is accurately yours, they must remove it, not update it. Remove it entirely. Step 4 applies specifically if your situation involves identity theft. And this step changes everything in your favor. Go to identitytheft.gov, which is the federal government's official identity theft recovery site, operated by the FTC. File your report there. The site will generate an official identity theft report with a case number. This document carries significant legal weight. Send a copy to the collector, along with a letter stating that the account in question was opened fraudulently using your stolen identity. Send a copy to each credit bureau with your dispute, and send a copy to your local police department to create a formal police report as well. With an official FTC identity theft report in hand, collectors are legally required to stop collection on fraudulent accounts, and bureaus are required to block fraudulent information from appearing on your report. Step 5 is filing a CFPB complaint, regardless of which situation applies to you. Go to cfpb.gov and file a detailed complaint against the collection agency. Describe exactly what happened, when they first contacted you, what debt they claimed you owed, what validation you requested, and how they responded or failed to respond. Companies are legally required to respond to CFPB complaints within 15 days. This complaint becomes part of the federal regulatory record against that company. Regulators monitor complaint patterns. Companies with high complaint volumes face increased scrutiny and potential enforcement action. Your complaint matters beyond just your individual situation. If, after completing all of these steps, the collector still refuses to remove the account, still continues collection activity, or if a court case has already been filed against you, you now have grounds to take legal action yourself. Under the FDCPA, if a collector has violated any provision of the law during this process, continued collection after receiving your validation request, failed to properly verify the debt, made false representations, or used any deceptive practice, you can sue them in federal court or in small claims court without an attorney. You are entitled to up to $1,000 in statutory damages per violation. Your actual damages if you suffered financial harm, and the collector pays your attorney fees if you hire one and win. For free legal help navigating this process, lawhelp.org connects you with free legal aid organizations in your state. The National Consumer Law Center at nclc.org provides detailed consumer rights resources, and your state's Bar Association referral service can connect you with consumer protection attorneys who take FDCPA cases on contingency, meaning no upfront cost to you. Here is what you must never do throughout this entire process. Never make any payment, even a small one, on a debt you believe is not yours before completing the validation and dispute process. In most states, a single payment legally acknowledges the debt as yours and can restart the statute of limitations, giving the collector renewed ability to sue you. Never discuss the details of the debt verbally on a recorded call beyond requesting written validation. Never sign any document a collector sends you without reading every word and understanding exactly what you are agreeing to. And never assume that because some time has passed, the problem has resolved itself. Collection accounts do not disappear on their own, and unresolved judgments collect interest. Your name on a debt means nothing without documentation to back it up. And documentation is exactly what most collectors do not have. The law gives you the right to demand proof. Use it precisely in the sequence I just gave you. Because in this situation, the person who acts first and acts correctly wins.